This is future JSOL. I finally managed to beat Falling Up after 7 duel attempts, let alone I didn't include every single death, but I had a bunch of other just really annoying deaths into the 70s, just that one 71% ship click. I had some with the transition into the 60s. I had a couple 60s deaths, 40s deaths, the whole shebang. This doesn't even do it justice. I had more deaths to some of these parts, but my game crashed a couple of times. So I lost a good bit of attempts. To try to get the positive stuff out of the way, I really do first of all, I like the song, and I do like the decoration for most of the parts, and I also enjoy the theme of it. I think the theme was really well done. Unfortunately, in my opinion, it's kind of all undone by the gameplay. There were certain parts, in the 20s, the drop ship, that I found incredibly awkward and just sometimes flat out didn't work. That's why I kept dying to 27 over and over and over again, because it just didn't work for a good part of the time. I will admit part of that is my fault. I think I could have done slightly better preparation and potentially figured out how to actually circumvent that area, because once I figured it out, I stopped dying there as much. I started passing it more often, but occasionally I would still die the same way that I was dying in the clips, because it's still just not set up in a great way. The duel believe it or not, I actually still like the duel. I just wish I stopped dying to the 91 ship. Like I died there so many times. The 98% death, in my opinion, is totally inexcusable on the level's behalf. I really don't understand why it's even possible to mess that up, but it is. No hate to Kermal or anything like that. I think Kermal has some decent creations, and the quirkiness of his gameplay is just kind of something that he does, and I think he does that intentionally. So I'm not going to bash the fact that it is very unconventional gameplay. However, some part of the pre-drop, especially the 12% orb maze, I really was not a fan of that part. I think that part was super annoying, and it is only extra annoying because I wanted to get the coin, which that's my fault. I knew I was getting into. Overall, I don't know if I can recommend this level. I think the level is really cool, but it is quite jank and it can be frustrating, especially if you're not above the skill level for the level. I mean, my skill level is, I like to think, is much higher than this, and I still had a very difficult time with playing from zero. Learning it wasn't that bad. Learning it really wasn't the worst of it. I quickly learned the duel and got consistent with that. At least from practice, clearly wasn't consistent enough to fluke it from zero or anything like that. The only reason why I really chose to do this level is because it's been on my radar for a long time. I saw Eric Van Wilderman play it for his 12 Demons of Christmas a couple years back. It was the first one he did for that year, and I thought it seemed pretty cool, so I gave it a chance. I gave it a shot because I didn't want to do it for a while, and unfortunately I did not have a good experience with it. I will say, don't let my experience deter you from going for this level if you happen to want to beat it. I think everyone's experiences with levels are going to be very, very different, and you might really enjoy it, but me personally, I just didn't. But anyways, if you made it this far, thank you so much. I hope to see you in other videos. I hope you like and subscribe. Help the channel out. I'm very small, so any sort of growth I can get would be immensely appreciated. With that being said, I guess see you guys later.